So when I was very young, my parents split up because of alcohol abuse. Well, it was in the late 70s, early 80s, so I was kind of alone in that because there wasn't a lot of divorce, a lot of openness about divorce, so I felt quite isolated amongst my friendship groups. I was always a little bit sad. I didn't really understand what was happening around me. Avoidance. I avoided it and just pretended like it wasn't happening, that I wasn't sad, that my life wasn't upside down. I tried to make myself tough instead of dealing and speaking about how I was feeling. I put up walls. And so it wasn't really a way of surviving until I was much, much later in my 30s. And so I isolated myself deliberately from people. So I was this really bubbly on the inside person who quite naturally was friendly, but I was shutting myself out away from people instead of being my authentic self. And of course that affected all of my relationships with everyone. So it took a bit of a breakdown and reconnecting with my father. I had no contact with my father most of my life, and my mother was obviously not there for me. And I met back up with my father when my daughter was 2, and we worked through it together. So we were able to, talk about the things that happened together instead of alone, and obviously alone as well. Just being able to say to my dad that you hurt me, even if it wasn't intentional, even if he had no control over it, and hearing the words that he was sorry. I didn't get that from my mum, and the way that I learned to deal with that was I had to recognize that it wasn't my fault and that I couldn't fix my mum so that I could fix us. All I could do was work on myself. Yeah, I guess the biggest thing for me was I always thought I was strong, and it wasn't until I broke down that I became strong. So the thing that I was most afraid of was breaking down and being weak. And I had to do that in order to become truly strong, to understand myself and to accept my emotions as being normal, not weak. My father and I have a brilliant relationship now that was born out of a really toxic, volatile situation. And now my dad is in his 70s and I'm in my 40s, and we see each other several times a year, even though he lives thousands of kilometers away. And it's a more real relationship. It's not a traditional father-daughter relationship, but it's better in so many ways. Vibrant, hungry, itch, growth, love, strong. Number 5, 10. No, you don't know why, but that's important. Singing too loud. You're so mean. My name is Donna, and I'm alive.